Hey everyone, Kevin here from MyTalkTools. Today we're going to be talking about hotspots and how to build hotspot boards in your board set. First, we need to talk about what a hotspot board is. A hotspot board is the ability for users to select different portions of a picture in a cell and have different videos, sounds, and boards appear. As an example, here I've selected the drink cell.
Drinks.
All you hear is the drink sound and nothing else. But what if we wanted to select a specific part of a cell, like red?
Red.
Or green?
Green.
Hotspots give you the ability to select specific parts of a picture and have different sounds, boards, or videos appear, which adds a lot of flexibility to your board set. So let's make our first hotspot board. We need to have a picture imported into a cell first. So I'm going to make a scribe colors picture first. Now that that's done, I can add a hotspot board. Select my color board, board, new board, and select hotspot board. Now I'm prompted with the columns and rows on the hotspot board. I can play with these a little bit to match up the colors that I want. I can add more columns or less columns. But for this particular board, I'm just going to do 2 by 2, and we'll see that I have 4 hotspots in each one. And I can select red, yellow, blue, brown in that given cell. But these cells don't have any sounds yet, so we need to begin adding those into each individual hotspot. Next, we're going to go in and select the hotspot that we want to edit. We'll be prompted with this cell and hotspot dialog box. It's important to know the difference between cell and hotspot when you're working with hotspot boards. The cell is the entire cell or the hotspot board. So for this case, I would probably write something like colors. The hotspot is the actual hotspot that you selected. In this case, I selected the red hotspot, and we're going to be able to edit the sounds or the videos or the boards underneath the red hotspot. So I'll select hotspot, sound, record sound, and I'm going to record my sound. Save the file like you normally would. Red. And whenever you select the red cell, you should hear red. You can also use other sound files like text-to-speech or the sound library from your private or public library. In this case, I'm going to use the word yellow from text-to-speech. And then whenever I select a cell that has the text-to-speech,
Yellow,
we should hear yellow. So far, I've been able to add a red, yellow, and blue sound file to our hotspot board.
Red.
Yellow,
Blue.
But now I want to add a board underneath the blue cell to show all my favorite things that are blue. I can do this by selecting the blue hotspot, board, new board, and 2 by 2 board.
Blue. Blue.
If I wanted to, I could populate all of these cells with my favorite blue items. So whenever I select blue, I see a list of my favorite blue items. As a recap, we've been able to record a red hotspot,
Red.
a yellow hotspot,
yellow,
and a blue hotspot that has a board of all of my favorite blue objects
Blue.
underneath it. Another way to use hotspots is to identify individuals in a picture. In this case, I've added a picture of my family, and I want to use hotspots to identify each member of my family. To do this, we enter author mode, select the cell, board, new board, hotspot board, and then we need to adjust the rows and columns to match each member. 4 columns works well for this picture, but it may be different for your particular picture that you use. Now I'll add a sound to each hotspot as we've done previously in the color board. Once that's completed, I should be able to select each cell individually and identify each member with a sound file.
Dad. sister,
You can even add child boards under these hotspots to show the interests of each person in the photo. Finally, we're going to go into an advanced tutorial on how to make an I Spy type hotspot board. Here I'm going to add a Safari image from our Symbol Sticks library. And I'm going to add a hotspot board over the top of this photo by going to Board, New Board, Hotspot Board, and I'm going to adjust the columns and rows to try to match all of the animals perfectly. So when a user selects the animals, you'll hear a sound. But I'm finding that it's very difficult to have the hotspots match up with the animals just right. So we're going to try to get it as close as possible, and it seems like 4 columns and 6 rows seems to work well with this photo. And I'm going to play with columns a little bit more to see if I can get it better for the animals. And then I'm going to save this hotspot board by pressing Done. Next, we're going to record sounds for all the animals as we've done in the previous hotspot boards. Select the hotspot that you want to edit, Sound, Record Sound, and save your sound as you normally would. When you select the top part of the giraffe, you should hear sound, but when you select the bottom, you won't. So we need to copy and paste the sound from the top part of the giraffe to the bottom part of the giraffe. Do this by selecting the hotspot on the top, hotspot, copy cell, select the lower part of the giraffe, sound, paste sound, and now when you select the top
giraffe,
and the bottom,
giraffe,
you should hear the word giraffe. Now I'm going to record sounds for the rest of the animals in the scene, the rhinoceros and the zebra. And once that's completed, whenever I select an animal, a giraffe, a rhinoceros, or a zebra, you should hear the sound.
rhinoceros, zebra.
You can also add child boards underneath these cells just like we've done in previous hotspots. We should note a few things on these advanced versions of hotspot boards. You'll notice that we had multiple hotspots on each animal. So copy and paste was really easy for us to copy one sound file from one hotspot to another hotspot. You can also use the copy board function and link board functions under hotspots as well if you want to save time if you have multiple boards in the same hotspot board. This was just a basic tutorial of what hotspots could do for you, but it's also compatible with other functions in MyTalk 5.0 such as insert existing boards, board linking, phrase bar, videos, and even switch scanning. Stay tuned for more tutorial videos on hotspot functionality. And as always, be sure to follow us on Twitter at MyTalkTools, Facebook.com/MyTalkTools, and MyTalkAEC on Pinterest.